I have a question for you. When you think of America, what do you think of?
Okay, go.
America!
Good. One more time, but louder with America.
America!
Good.
The reviews came in quickly. It is difficult to distinguish between Representative Jason Spencer's bigotry and stupidity.
Are you trying to imply America's team?
Why would I be implying such a thing? It's almost like you're, assuming I'm setting something up. Like we talked about something that we're getting ready to talk about.
That's
and you think
America's team, asshole.
You shave your body hair, wear Speedos down the shore, and root for the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, that's America's team, asshole.
The Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, now proud losers of 3 in a row. Just taking a loss to the previously winless New York Jets. Yeah. So, question, I guess, on a lot of people's minds is, who are the Dallas Cowboys? Now we're looking and we're saying, wait a minute, the teams that they played in the beginning, the Redskins, the Dolphins,
yeah,
it was garbage. So they find themselves sitting at 3-3, and this is after now losing the last 3 straight, where the 2 before this week, Green Bay and the Saints, we didn't really
fault them on that.
Right, fault them too much for losing those 2 games. But to lose to a Jets team, I understand they had Darnold back, but this is a game that they were supposed to utilize to, right the ship, so to say.
100%.
Instead, it looks like this ship is sinking.
Yep.
It looks like the Cowboys may have been exposed, and I guess my question to you is this even a playoff team? I mean, we were on record as saying they may be a Super Bowl contender, just based off of what you saw on paper and the way they were playing early on, easily dismantling. What we now see, though, was just horrible competition. But so my question now is this team even a playoff team?
Playoffs?
This is gonna sound like ignorant. It's gonna sound like an overreaction, but I'll explain why. I'll explain why I'm gonna answer it like this. I don't think they make the playoffs. First of all, I think only one team makes it out of the NFC East. I think that'll be the Eagles. And one of the reasons is that this team's in disarray. Offensive line's a little bit banged up. Jason Garrett's a terrible, terrible coach. He's a clown.
How's he made it this far?
Jerry Jones, ever since Jimmy Johnson, and they butted egos, and he wanted total control. He brought in, Switzer. We talked about that, and then he brings in this guy. They're just lackeys. There's just these guys that don't ask. They do whatever they're told,
right?
And they don't have a mind of their own. Jason Garrett, you ever watch him on the sidelines? He looks so pathetic. He looks so sad. He just doesn't look like a coach, And even play calling duties, he doesn't seem to even be able to do that. He had to give that to somebody. Right. So I don't know what his deal is, but I'm going to say that the reason why. They don't really have that many weapons. People are like, I love the offense. They have Cooper, who's hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he'll be out. Maybe a week. Maybe he's out. Gallup is okay, but he's still not great.
He's raw.
He's okay.
He's raw.
Witten is old and slow. There's really not much. Cobb's hurt now, and they're trying to get Tavon Austin to go, whatever. My problem with this team is that they have no pass rush. They just don't. They have good linebackers. They really don't have a pass rush, and their schedule is brutal. The schedule was really good. They were 3-0. Then they lost when it got a little bit tough. They couldn't even beat the Jets. Listen, the Jets are a much better team.
With Darnold than without, but again, it was his first week back.
But they should have been able to beat the Jets last week. Now they got to play the Eagles. They get their bye week. Then they go into New York to play the Giants. Now the Giants are going to have Barkley, Ingram, probably Shepard by then, Golden Tate. Tell you what, man, the Giants can win that game.
Well, the Giants
But they must win that game, the Dallas Cowboys, because listen to the rest of the schedule. Minnesota, at Detroit, at New England, Buffalo, at Chicago, Rams, at Philly, and then they end the season with Washington. So I'm going to tell you right now, they might only win 3 or 4 more games.
Yeah.
And if they're going to need to win 6 or 7 to get in the playoffs, they're not winning 6 or 7 in my opinion. So you asked me, are they making the playoffs? I don't think there's any chance they make the playoffs.
Based off of what I just heard,
that schedule.
I don't even know if they're finishing 500.
I think their best case scenario is about an 8-8 finish.
Jesus.
And I really don't think that this team is what we thought they were. They're just not who we thought they were. 2 weeks ago, we thought they were maybe Super Bowl contenders. Then they dropped one, then they dropped another. And they'll right the ship. So yes, I think Dallas Cowboys are in a lot of trouble. The ship is sinking, and it's going to take all those Cowboy fans with it.
A lot of exposure. A lot of people being exposed.
Just drive. No way. Frank!
Hey, honey. Hey,
What the hell are you doing?
we're streaking. We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Who's streaking?
There's more coming.
Frank, get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
Now.
I mean, Dak, we were talking about how, hey, he's going to get his big payday, and he's, showing the league and showing everybody and showing Jerry Jones that he's worthy of that mega contract that should have been, was going to come his way. What do you do now? I mean, if you're Jerry Jones.
2 or 3 games in, he was looking at being like the highest paid quarterback, and it was like, wow, he's got so much leverage, and he should have just taken them really are from 34 million. Just take it. I don't know what he's going to be worth if he finishes 8-8. Listen, a lot of his stats are coming in garbage time.
Absolutely.
When they're behind.
Right.
When they're behind. So it's like, all right, well, a lot of quarterbacks can play garbage time when the defense is slack and they start playing a little bit more lax and prevent. So, yeah.
So he had easy competition, and now he's been able to, what on paper it appears that he's putting up stats, which he is, but you're right.
The stats don't matter.
Garbage time, well, absolutely.
Jerry Jones is looking at W's. He doesn't give a shit about your 400 yards.
And even Zeke, for that matter. I mean, Zeke is, he's not shit in the bed by any means, but he's certainly not putting up, those dominant type performances that you expected from Zeke. Like you said, I mean, Jason Witten, great. He came back. It's a nice little story, but he's old.
Nothing to see there.
Right. Hey, look, he's better at tight end than he was in the booth, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, much better. Well, listen, Amari Cooper better get back, and he better get back quick.
Yeah.
That offensive line better get solidified very quickly, and they better start learning how to rush the quarterback, or they're in a lot of trouble.
And Jerry Jones better learn to, stop. Just stop.
Set to kick off, but there doesn't seem anyone to kick off to. Yeah, and Jerry Jones must be happy. This means a forfeit, another win for the Cowboys.
Just stop.
Yeah, stop being Daniel
running
Snyder,
the team, right?
Yeah.
Stop managing the team,
Him and
so
his
to
son,
say.
It's just
absolutely. Be the owner. Make good hires and put the right people in the key positions at like GM and coach and different things.
Be
like
Robert
that.
Kraft.
Absolutely.
I said rub no tug, and the tea bags, where you heat those up, you dip them in water, you heat them up, and then you put them on pressure. How do I know more about massage than you guys know about massage?
And he goes on the field, and he's hugging his players.
Right.
He gets involved. But don't be the guy that thinks he knows football. You don't know.
Because that's the only thing that makes sense as to why Garret is still there. That team should have. They should be a lot better. They should have been a lot better. The fact that Garret, that he's kept that job, you're right. It almost just makes sense that that's because Jerry Jones thinks that he can run this team.
He can run the team from upstairs. Absolutely.
Yeah. Cowboys sinking ship.
It is a reminder, I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't.
Championship.